His name is James Rothwell. Thank you so much for being here. He said, "What is Khujo's take on AI music?" And I actually have a question for that one. There's so much talk now about AI making music, voices being cloned, beats being
Mm,
generated from an artist who built
mm,
it from the
mm,
skull. How do you feel
mm.
about that?
Yeah, that's another one of these digital phenomenons that, what I'm saying, people got going on trying to replace the artists themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's pros and cons to AI, but when it comes to robbing the artist, what I'm saying, of his likeness and not compensating that artist for AI for mimicking that artist, that's when I got a problem with it. You know what I mean? Because man, artists work hard, man, just to set aside what they got going on in their lives to sit down and write something entertaining and write something that takes people from what they're doing in their lives. You know what I mean? I think that's cheating if you don't, what I'm saying, compensate the originators from what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because like I said, all this stuff could be used in a good way, but when you start cheating people out of their money and out of what you owe them, then that's when I got a problem with it.
Are you fascinated by all these changes, or do you think it's starting to get a little too far?
I think it's getting a little bit too far. I would love for it to get to back to, like I said, uh, original artists. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the artists are still here. Now, if you got artists that's deceased, dead, and gone, then I can see how that would come into play. You know what I'm saying? Like they had the holograms back then with Tupac. You know what I mean? But as long as his people are getting compensated off of that, and then you got people that want to see that, I think it's just a part of music moving to the next level. But like I said, when it starts to go into you robbing people out of their money, and you're not taking into consideration of the artist, then it's a issue. That's when it is going too far. But hopefully, I think it's going to get back to where we all started on, man.
That's
Tangible
gold.
things